Dude, I'm telling you, that bear man, he's gonna destroy me. I'm still waiting for the part that's bad. Alright? Like, I'm having a good time in this route. Dude, something's gonna happen. I already know. Something crazy's gonna happen where I'm just like, alright, I can see why everyone hates this route. I'm waiting for it, though. I bet you it's coming. I bet you it's coming. And I'm fucking terrified at the same time of what it could be. I've been neglecting my sign language studies. What a loser. So I should probably spend some time studying up on it. You know, maybe Shizune would actually fucking help. Although I think I've learned a lot just by osmosis. I'm very proud of that and will be very careful not to brag about it. Most of the books I brought with me aren't manuals on learning sign language, but studies about different signing dialects. There's dialects? I know Shizune has some secret signals with Misha that only the two of them know the meaning of. Oh, I'll figure them out. After seeing a couple of them, this book has caught my eye in the school library. Maybe I should incorporate some examples into my own signing to mess with them, because I'm pretty sure that they have started using their code words more when I started learning sign language. Ha! That'll learn them. After a quick break for a shower, I presume practicing my signing in the guest room mirror. Yesterday I crashed my fingers against each other pretty hard. Why did you do that? Jesus Christ. It still smarts, and I don't want to repeat that to happen again today. What the hell? Hey, get out! Get out of here! I hear knocking on my door behind me, and turn to find Hideki standing inside the doorway, staring at me. How polite of him to knock, but usually you don't open the door first. What are you doing? Why do you laugh? That was the best line last time. I'm practicing sign language. You know, something that all of you should be fucking doing. How long have you been standing there? I did not see anything. Well, that isn't the point. I don't even know what he means by that. It's not like I was doing anything that I'd be ashamed of to have people see me doing. I wasn't sitting there jacking off or something. Though, I don't know how ashamed we would be. Although, sign language must look strange to most people. I'm only used to it from being around Shizune and Misha so much. I'm brushing up on my sign language and reading about it too. Stuff like the history of it. Even though they covered in sign language class. Dude. I would learn the language. I wouldn't learn the fucking history behind it. Your school teaches sign language as a class? Yeah. One of the first things they brought up was that it's not very common to do that. I guess we're very international or something. It looks fun. Well, I wouldn't call it fun. If you do not enjoy this, it seems like a lot of work to go through just to talk to my sister. But we're a thing. Why does everyone keep saying that? Hideki's mouth twitches like he's about to laugh, but he restrains himself. Come to think of it, he hasn't laughed once since I met him. In fact, he's sounded like a robot this whole time, but he has a smile. I could take it as a compliment that he doesn't laugh at me, but I'm curious to see it. Laugh. He asked last time, why do you laugh? So, why? It was the fastest and most direct way I could think of toward accomplishing my goal. Can you teach me sign language? Oh, hey! He says it plainly, but his body language is nervous, showing that he clearly needs to put some effort into ask. I guess Hideki likes his sister after all. I think Misha's a lot more approachable, though, so I wonder why he doesn't ask her. Misha's loud? I don't know. Secretly, I'm shouting, yes, inside. I had thought he wanted to learn sign language and even brought it up, but he evaded the subject skillfully. It turns out I was right after all. I don't really know why this makes me so pleased. It's like I'm justifying myself. Sure. But now that I think about it, I'm not a sign language teacher by any means. I don't even know where to start. In class, I'd be learning stuff gradually over a week. Does Hideki expect me to teach him anything usable in a one-day crash course? It ain't happening, buddy. My teacher spent a couple days just giving a history of sign language. I decided to start off with that. It's not useful. To buy some time while I figure out how I can segue it into the hard stuff. 5 minutes in, Hideki raises his hand. I don't understand what you're doing. Well, listen, you can't just jump into teaching, okay? You have to ease into it. It's like when you go swimming and you just don't jump in the lake in like in some movie, unless you know how to swim. I do not swim. It's like scientists managed to create a process to suck out all the hyperactive, infuriating, and childish qualities of a small child and then implant them into the dad, creating a raging jerk dad and leaving behind Hideki. I begin to feel claustrophobic despite the fact that the guest room is 3 times bigger than my dorm room and there's just 2 of us in here. It's all in my head. I know it, and I don't care. I still use it as an excuse to move the lesson outside. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this in the back? It's a lot easier to concentrate out here. Even the precious few seconds it took to relocate managed to allow me to sort through my thoughts. There were no questions during this time. Hideki can't seem to talk and walk at the same time. Eventually, however, I start to realize that if I'm going to teach him anything, I have to keep the lesson constantly moving. The second there's an opening for it, he'll ask a question, which will then lead to more questions, and then there's no end to it. The second time he asks why a certain hand motion means what it does, I have to reach deep into my memory banks to look for etymology that I don't know about. I don't know about a gesture I only knew about a month ago, longer than him. I start looking for an out. Hideki, let's take a break. Oh, okay. What is your school like? The kid is like a little reporter, but it makes sense for someone his age to be curious. And this is one question I don't mind. What's it like? Never really thought about it. It's on top of a mountain, so it feels kind of isolated and lonely up there sometimes. Even though that's also why it has a pretty great view. The students are interesting. Actually, I felt bad at first. You know what kind of school it is, right? Yes. I was hoping he'd be like, no. I felt bad because I didn't want to go there. I don't even remember exactly what I was thinking at the time. Probably it was something like, a school for crippled people would be a depressing place, huh? They were telling me to be, telling me to go be forgotten there. Then everyone there was just living their lives for the most part, so I felt even worse. It wasn't different at all, so I felt kind of like a jerk, as you should. King, Shizune was the first person I met. She's in most of my classes. Misha, too. They're always together. I guess the school is accommodating enough to pair them up as much as possible. There's this girl in my class, Hanako, whom I feel bad for. Don't worry about her. She has these burns and seems to have a complex about them, but I think she looks fine. Damn, she look fine. Oh my god, Sal, please. She's a cute girl, and friends with Lily too. You know Lily, right? Why does he say? Of course he does. What the fuck you mean? Does she bring up Hanako? Yes, sometimes. I'm trying to remember who else is interesting. We have a little track star, Ace, who runs on these prosthetics, who also kind of like, she kind of shoehorns you into her route if you choose to just run a little faster, but then your heart explodes. You know, that's how it works. There's also this one girl, Rin. She's the best, and she doesn't have any arms, but she's a great painter. All her art has this, like, harsh, alive quality. Have you ever been to Yamaku? You've probably seen some of it hanging around. A little weird sometimes. But I've always heard that artistic and creative types are like that. That reminds me, the girl, the girl? Oh no. The guy who lives across the hall from me is also pretty weird. But he could be interesting at least. Girl. Dude, imagine Kenji as a girl. Except it's like the opposite. Oh, then he'd just be like... Then it wouldn't... I feel like it... I don't know if that would work. No. What if it's literally just Kenji as a woman? So then... But he like still hates women? And he's still trying to stop the feminist agenda? That'd be pretty great. You are also interesting. Hey, is that bad? And what's with that tone? What does that mean? Are you saying I'm weird, Hideki? You talk a lot. My first instinct is to go on the defensive, but the more I think about it, he has a point. That's right, I do talk a lot. I don't think I used to, though. I think it's probably because of all the time I spend around Shizune and Misha. Talking with them, I get all caught up in their circular logic and just how they do everything, you know? I feel like I'm going to be drowned out or left behind. My sister can drown you out. I mean, it's not like she's literally talking over me and stuff. I mean, obviously. It's hard to explain. They like have more energy than I do. It's like an aggressiveness. I don't feel like I have to match it, but I want to. You see what I'm trying to say? I think maybe your sister has that effect on people. ... Do you look up to your sister? He stares at me blankly, tense, and confused as to how to react to that question. I will be better than Shizune. Oh my god. Better at what? Sign language? Or just anything? Oh no, yeah, okay, everything. At everything. Like what? I don't understand. I could do magic tricks. You mean like telling people you've got their nose? Or more like the kind of magic where you pull a rabbit out of your ass? It's a hat, Hisao. God damn it. Also, the nose thing, that ain't a magic trick. That's only a thing to fool like babbies. He doesn't look happy. Someday, I will see Hideki laugh. I might just try tickling him if I have to. And get extra fucking weird about it, too. Oh my Jesus Christ. I didn't expect that at all. The back door flies open, and Jigoro strides out of it, keeping his back straight. He's taking giant, slow, regal strides like either a king or a huge jackass. Does he, like, always have his sword on him? Like, I try to turn away using the train of logic that if I can't see him, he can't see me. He's not a... If I can't see him, he can't see me. I'll stand perfectly still. His vision's based on movement. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out, and he comes over so fast, it's like he appeared out of thin air over my shoulder. Oh, ho, ho, ho! What's up here? What are you doing? You two? Flailing your hands around? Playing cat's cradle like a bunch of girls? Ha! Girls! I'm teaching Hideki some sign language. What about you, Mr. Hakamichi? He narrows his eyes suspiciously, as if he's not used to people being polite to him. I am writing an autobiography of my life and times. And by writing, I mean I am deciphering it to my biographer. Unfortunately, she's running late. Unprofessional. Perhaps you should read it when it's published later this year. I can put you on the waiting list. Maybe it will give you the moral compass you seem to lack in your life, and inspire you to stop sucking. Wow, okay, I know I suck, but fuck, man. It can't be too sustainable for him to be so casually insulting to everyone, though Hideki is likely too detached to even notice. Shizune is deaf, and most of the insults will fly over Misha's head. But surely Akira must have an opinion on this. Akira's like, yeah, he's a dick. I try not to think about it. If he's just doing this to psych me out, then I have to stay calm or he wins. He must absolutely definitely not win. This must be how Shizune feels. Thank God Shizune can't hear him. How old are you? 46! Oh, that doesn't seem old enough to justify writing a biography. I mean, that's not even old. Don't people start writing their memoirs like a lot later than that? Like around, I don't know, 60, 70? Shut up, boy! Oh God, I just spat fucking everywhere. I'm going to give you some advice. Do not talk about matters of age with people older than you. You are less than half my age. You have no right to talk about old. I have an ulcer older than you. Why do you have an ulcer right now? You should get that checked out. Yeah, you should get that checked out. Yeah. He might have a point, though. He is definitely older than I am. Either way, even if we are the same age, I wouldn't have to explain myself to you. Sweater vest. Wow. Wow. I'll have you know that sweater vests are comfortable. Why do you make that noise? Are you mad? Well, obviously. Good. Your sweater is terrible, and I want you to feel bad about it. The burn tells me it's working. Shut up! Like I said, my sweater vest is very comfortable. I like my sweater. I'm sure you like huffing glue, too. That doesn't make it right. Now, see here! Dude, I'd be going off on this guy and then probably die. I don't huff glue. Where did you get the impression that I do? Do I sound high all the time? I don't understand. That is slander. It's the first thing he said. I wonder how Hideki knows what slander is. Maybe Jigoro's is a lawyer. I can sort of see that, although I thought only TV lawyers were this antagonistic. I don't know if I should take the chance and ask if that's his job. He's right. Is it slander? Are you a lawyer? Huh! I was guessing. A guess based on the fact that you are stupid. Dude, I'm gonna be destroying someone. It's like how you are assuming I'm a lawyer, except you have no reason to think that. If you want to know what I do so badly, why don't you pre-order my autobiography? 'Cause that costs money, and that's a waste of... Now you are insulting my book, and by extension, my entire life. What gives you the right to do that? Arrogant! I'm trying to think of how I can make you understand my struggle, maybe by beating you with my autobiography. I hope so. I hope you walk away from the beating having learned a valuable lesson, like not making assumptions. Assault. But he made an assumption too. You know, the one that I huffed glue. I consider calling him out on that glaring example of hypocrisy, but I don't think it's worth it. He probably wouldn't even care. He'd probably just be like, "You're stupid." I'll be like, "Okay." He would probably explain his way out of it by saying, "Shut up, boy. Back in my day, children were seen and not heard, and to be an adult meant having experienced many hardships. With even a glance, people could instantly judge a man's character. Childhood existed only to temper you for adulthood. When you look at me, can you not see the catalog of experiences, even at a glance?" Maybe? Were you a sword fighter? He could also be Hawaiian. And a werewolf. A Hawaiian werewolf. Wait, didn't you tell me before not to make assumptions? And now you just asked me to assume stuff. You make no sense. And you're saying everyone when you were my age did it. And that had to be like in the 80s. That wasn't even long ago. I'm ready to give him a piece of my mind for talking like he had to walk 15 miles in the snow to ride a coal train. Now I had to do that, but I ain't gonna talk about it. That he had to shovel coal into himself before climbing up a mountain while fighting ogres to get to school. I remember the ogre days. But now that I finally want to fight, Jigoro is happy to have a good thing going just to continue to ramble about how difficult it was growing up one generation ago, twirling a sword like a baton and stopping occasionally to yawn or check the time. The tardiness of his autobiographer is still foremost in his mind. That means the whole time he's been insulting me, he must have been just doing it to pass the time. To add insult to insult, his watch is also very nice. It's a pretty nice watch. When I was your age, kids had responsibilities. Not like today. Sickening. No one thinks about the consequences of their actions anymore. They just do whatever they want, thinking no one will hold them accountable since they're young. Now. It's odd. That description could fit Shizune and Misha. I thought something similar only yesterday, but it only fits them slightly. Look at yourself. An amoral, directionless, delinquent glue huffer with a complete lack of etiquette and absolutely no fashion sense. You are tomorrow's Japan. Disgraceful. Is this the future of the once great country? Okay, I know someone you would get along well with. Do not interrupt. Who? One of your friends? Why would I want to talk to some awful teenager? Have you been listening? Why are you so rude, boy? Yeah, I'm the rude one. Your attitude is not one that will make you a lot of friends. I wish you would stop giving me so much advice. or at least, I wish you would give me advice that he would have the decency to adhere to himself. Where have you been? What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Not you idiot. Wow. Oh, hi Shizune. So I don't know if this is a good time to bring this up, but I had to know once for all. I went on the VNDB and looked up Misha and Shizune's breast sizes. Okay, listen. I'm a man of culture, okay? And Shizune's is actually bigger than Misha. I was very surprised. Again, I don't know if this is the appropriate time to bring it up. But, yeah, that's apparently a thing. Oh, I didn't notice you there. Oh, Shizune smiles and gives a short wave. Her arrival made Jigoro stop talking, so I'm already happy to see her for that reason alone. Misha and I decided to go into town again. Hisao, I noticed you were looking at some clothes yesterday in a store window, and I thought I would go back and buy some of them for you. It was supposed to be a surprise, though. Why would you tell me? She looks annoyed. Annoyed. It just feels like noise and annoyed in a one word. She looks annoyed. Oh my god, I almost did it again. That the surprise is ruined, even though she ruined it herself. I know, right? Here you go. Oh, thanks. What a nice, Misha wanted to cut her hair. I told her not to, but she said it was too hot for the summer. Oh, yeah? Oh, I don't know. That makes a lot of sense to me. It must be like an oven under there. I want to see it. Where's Misha anyway? I want to see this haircut. Oh. Over here. Hi, Hick-chan. Hi, Mr. Shik-chan's father. Hi, Hideki. Hi. Oh, he's not saying. Oh, my God. You actually, it's strange seeing you with like a short hair, but I kind of like it. I think you can rock that just fine. Misha runs around us in a wide circle before stopping next to Shizune. I imagine like a little skid happened. For the first time, she hasn't put her hands over my eyes, although now I see that she has bags of her own to carry, so it's not like she could have even if she wanted to, although I am positive she's tried before. Her meticulously styled curls are gone now, in favor of a much shorter, sportier look. Misha looks even happier than usual, probably because she knows she won't have to wake up at the crack of dawn every morning just to do her damn hair. I like it. What is that haircut? You look like an intern! Your old haircut merely made you look like you were wearing a pink judge wig. He's not wrong. Judge to intern is a huge demotion. Hisao, is he saying something insulting? Tell him not to insult my friends. You want me to, like, say something to this man who could literally, like, take his fist and slam it through my fucking chest and just, like, a Mortal Kombat fatality and I'm just dead? Don't insult my friends! Which one of you is talking? Both of us. I agree with her. He just doesn't care. What do you think, Hick-chan? You should have kept it the way it was. Aw, Hick-chan, you look disappointed. You don't like it either? Well, yeah, I'll admit I kind of liked your old haircut more, but I think this one is nice too. It suits you. You only liked the last one more because you were used to it. And here's the thing. People don't like change. So if something changes, they automatically hate it. Automatically. So, I bet you if Misha has this hairstyle for a longer time than we've seen her with the other hairstyle, we'll probably like this one more. It's fucking weird that people hate change. Aw, thanks, Hick-chan. Touching. If you like it so much, maybe you two should trade. You can't trade a haircut. I mean, what a shame. Even her old haircut would suit you much more than your current slacker haircut. Awful. As for you, my haircut's just normal visual novel protagonist fucking haircut. Actually, this is much less scars than your other haircut. I like it. Really? Thanks, Mr. I almost said Mr. Shik-chan's dad. Mr. Shizune's dad? It's Mr. Hakamichi. Talk like a normal person. Huh? Well, I don't understand. Okay. I'll call you Mr. Hakamichi. It's like speaking to a slide whistle. Contemptible. Where's my biographer? Hideki! He starts quietly muttering to himself and walks off. I guess a wannabe cranky old man like Jigoro would at the very least be hesitant to yell at girls. Suddenly, he doubles back, unable to resist the urge to have the last word. But he did! He did have the last word! He literally shouted Hideki! Unless I misread that. Hold on. Yeah, he's literally just shouted Hideki. And another thing! You do not have to be so loud. I do not like being shouted at. You're literally shouting right now. What? Shouting? I'm not shouting. I can't think of anyone more unqualified to talk about what's garbage or to chastise someone else on shouting at people. It's like a parade of hypocrisies, and the hits just keep coming. And they don't stop coming. An unusual reaction seems to be taking place. Misha apparently finds Jigoro funny and laughs pretty much every time he says something, which only makes him berate her harder. I guess this is what they call a vicious circle. You can't insult her. It's just funny to her. Misha's voice is punctuated with explosions of laughter and seems to come from everywhere. On the other hand, Jigoro's is booming and directed like a cannon. In any case, they are both unbelievably loud. The more they talk to each other, the more they seem to play off each other's volume and get louder. Ow! My ears hurt! Why are you shouting? Oh my Jesus. Shizune's hands wrap around my eyes from behind. Something I'm so used to Misha doing that for the first time I find myself confused by it since Misha's in front of me. Ugh. She lets go and holds a finger up to her lips. What a perfect distraction. Now's our opportunity. Let's sneak off. Why do we have to sneak off? Why not just walk off? It wouldn't be as fun. What? It's decided. It's a secret mission. Escape without being detected. Extract Hideki for bonus points. Okay. Already, she has simplified this situation into a game. Shizune quietly slides away from the scene and begins edging toward the house. I walk towards it normally. Wait, hold on. I thought we could get Hideki and get bonus points. Whoa! You son of a bitch. I can't find Shizune at first, but eventually she walks into the main part of the house, sipping a glass of ice water and dangling her glasses back and forth from her free hand. She whips them on as soon as she sees me. You didn't rescue Hideki. That means you didn't get the bonus points. If you're also being graded on style, I'd have to deduct points for a boring escape. Well, you didn't get the bonus points either. The fuck? It looks like you wanted to talk to me. I didn't know I had to be stylish about it. You know, some say that the most stylish people are the ones that don't try hard to look cool. You're really cool. I feel like that was sarcasm, but whatever. I wonder how is it that I can pick up her sarcasm? I already knew so easily, and how hard it might have been for her to learn the concept of sarcasm without being able to hear. I can't imagine it. You seem like you're in a good mood. Although I guess it isn't really a good mood. It's more like she seems very excited. I'm in a bad mood. Oh, but why? Setting her drink down, Shizune sits down on the couch. I liked her regular hairstyle so much more. It looked so pretty. It was refined and meticulous. Now she looks too sporty and tomboyish. Yeah, I think she looks good. I wouldn't call Misha ever refined and meticulous. That sounds more like you. You know, you should give it a chance. Grow your hair out and make it look like drills. Actually, maybe this suits you just fine. Shizune rubs the frame of her glasses roughly, looking annoyed at the implications behind what I just signed to her. That's fine, because I was totally implying that. She moves a little closer to me when I take a seat. I'm a tomboy? Well, no one would call you a tomboy based on appearances, you know? I wouldn't. Just because you have short hair doesn't mean you're a tomboy. And tomboy is like how you... I feel like it more has to do with how you act rather than how you look. But I don't know. Shizune glares at me, unamused. I had to fight to keep a straight face. Maybe you two should trade haircuts, so anyway. You sound like my father. Oh, don't ever say that. It's true. Shizune giggles noiselessly when she sees my displeasure at the realization. Jumping to her feet, she twirls an invisible sword in her left hand while standing up militarily straight and grimacing. A terrifyingly accurate impression. Oh no, like father, like daughter. Anyway, I don't take advice from anyone who wears a blue sweater with brown pants. Hey! Okay, this is second person today to insult my fashion. Where's your sense of color coordination? Dreadful. But changing my haircut, that might be fun. Wouldn't it be? I want to see how everyone would react. You really like playing with people. Sometimes I think a bit too much. No answer. The way she fiddles with her glasses, brow furrowed, tells me that it's because she can't. It's fun. Then, with more confidence and while pulling herself closer to me, it's fun to drag more and more people into my life. Oh, I see. Wonder if I'm included in that number. I want to ask, but I'm not even sure how I would. Shizune wags a finger preemptively, indicating that she won't be answering such questions anyway. She reaches for her glass, but doesn't seem to realize how far she's managed to inch away from it all this time. To prevent her from tipping over clumsily, Shizune tries to grab onto me and ends up pulling me on top of her. Whoa! Oh, hold on. This is a little wee-woo. Oh, no. We could get caught so easily in this position, and then it would look real bad. As I lean over her, I can feel the heat coming off her body, and I realize how close we are. I can hear her soft breathing and the slight rustling of her clothes as she momentarily fidgets about. A blush starts to creep into her cheeks, but her eyes stare straight into mine, dark and unblinking. It's the same look from the first time I saw her, piercing and devoid of any clear emotions, just waiting to see what'll happen next. Like the eyes of a cat, it makes me feel uncomfortable being looked at in such a way. He keeps staring. This is the first time I've been so close to her for an extended period of time, and the mood is different now. The situation now isn't the same as a passing touching of hands or her and Misha's usual games. Shizune's fingers weave together tentatively, but she makes no move to sign. The look in her eyes isn't just nothing, like I'd thought. It's more like expectation. I wonder if maybe I've been following the string of her expectations this entire time. Oh, Jesus. I feel her grabbing me by the shoulders and then gently but firmly pushing me off her. I roll sideways onto the soft couch and pull myself into a sitting position less than a foot from her. She's not blushing. The way I feel, she might as well have thrown me like 10 yards. When I think about it, this is perhaps one of the biggest drawbacks to sign language. Shizune said that the fact that you have to sign your words out with your hands means you have time to reflect on what you say before you say it. But on the other hand, it also means that what would normally just be an awkward silence becomes an insurmountable wall. I just blurt out something, anything, to try to dispel the tension I'm feeling right now, if I could, but I can't. I can't do that. Dude, I understand. Ordinarily, I think that what would be normal would be to apologize and maybe leave. But right now, I wonder if that is even applicable. I can't get past how guilty such an action would seem. Like I were just slinking away. Of course, it's not like I can just play it off like nothing happened either. That would just be insulting to both of us. So, as much as I don't want to, I apologize quickly. So quickly, I forget to sign it. Then go back to my room. He just fucking leave. No! Oh, that's made it even weirder. Oh my god. Sighing, I let myself fall backwards into the bed. I wish I could just go to sleep right now, but I feel wide awake. Oh, hello? Wee woo? Help? I sit up when I hear the door closing and open my eyes to see Shizune sitting in the chair in front of me. She asks a question that goes right over my head due to my surprise. It's not a feeling I'm good at concealing, and I don't think it's what she intended. Whatever she was saying, she backs off and doesn't attempt to sign again for a while. This is the first time I've been in your room. Shizune tenses her fingers and puts on an exaggerated attempt to make herself look embarrassed and modest at the thought. I can't appreciate the joke. Just the fact that she's here has me feeling a bit scattered. Very funny. It isn't even my room, it's your guest room. Besides, you and Misha barged into my room once before. Or as many times as you have before. It seems as if she expects me to say more. I remember feeling very panicked when they burst into my room, afraid of what conclusions they would jump to seeing my wall of pills lining the place. Dude, it's so many pills. I don't think that Shizune remembers, though. I feel like she does. It made you nervous. The way she says it so factually stings me. A lot of things make me nervous. You're one of them. Question mark? Because you're overeager to always get people involved in whatever you're doing. Whether it's joining the student council or even taking a break. Whether they want to or not. ... A lot of dots. A lot of signing I don't understand. Still don't understand. She signs almost at a crawl. Her hands pausing mid-sentence far too much. Causing the words to dissipate formlessly before I can even begin to try to understand them. I try not to let on that this is the case. It seems to work, but she looks a little sad, and I regret that I have nothing to say to snap her from the strangely wistful and distant expression she's wearing. All I could do is wait for her to come out of it. You were right. I want to drag everyone into my life, but lately, I'm no longer sure if it's the right thing to do. I enjoyed you taking me to your favorite restaurant the other night. It's not like that was my favorite restaurant. I have others I like. I might even be able to rank them by number. Really? I couldn't do that. This chair is so hard. I want to sit on the bed. Alright. Motioning for her to go ahead, I wait for her to get off the chair and take her place when she does. Though I didn't intend for it to be. She finds it amusing. Close your eyes. Yeah, why? It's a surprise. Okay. I don't like surprises, though. I decide to humor her and close them. I can feel her leaning over me, and suddenly something soft and moist touches my lips. Oh! My body tenses up in surprise. Fortunately, not an awkward reaction as I could have made. It was just a quick peck, and I almost think that's the end of it. But then she kisses me again, more deeply this time. Her hands slide onto my shoulders, up to my neck, and then back down again, then across my shoulders and down my arms. Oh no, I can feel the weight of her body on my legs, and the eroticism of the situation isn't lost on me. At this point, I'm ready to try and open my eyes just a crack, but as if expecting it, she puts her fingers on my eyelids. Oh, what the hell? Uh-oh. Seconds later, something ties my hands together at the wrists, and I panic. Wee woo? Not knowing what to make of this. My first thought is to ask Shizune what she's thinking. Maybe I can't fucking sign anything. My hands are tied. Literally. Wee woo. Ultimate wee woo. Even though she can't hear me, I'm sure she gets the gist of it. She won't let go of my hands, tracing her fingers over them, from the lines of my palms over my knuckles and to my wrists. I don't like anything that's happening right now. So, I don't really know what to make of that situation. 'Cause it was diddly, but tied up diddly. And not, I'm confused. Well, I'm not confused. I clearly know what happened. But like, that was so unexpected. That's unexpected. I don't know. I mean, clearly I can't like show that scene at all in the video here. Nor could I mean, was that like the bad thing? I felt like it felt very what's the word? Very I don't like the I don't, what's the word I'm like, anyway, I'm done. I'm done today. I don't understand. I mean, I do. I clearly do. I don't know. I just felt kind of out of left field there, and it didn't sit right with me. And I bet you it probably didn't sit right with most everyone else either. I don't know. But anywho, it felt like it was definitely forced upon us, as it were. I guess that's a kinder way to say what kind of just happened.